The Grotti X80 Proto. By far, one of my favorite hypercars of all time. I actually like this thing more than some Lamborghinis in real life. That's how awesome I think this car actually is. But something that people never really seem to ask about GTA 5 cars is, well, where did they come from? And what is their backstory? So, I'll be answering that in this video. Welcome to the first ever episode of Behind the Wheel. Enjoy. So, the X80 Proto was first introduced to GTA 5 Online on June 21st, 2016. This car was added as part of further adventures in the Finance and Felony update and released during the Power Play Week event. So, this thing's been in the game for about 5 years now. Holy shit. It's been in the game for 5 years now, and it still is going quite strong. So, this car, it's kind of a veteran car by now. But also, the car is based fully on the Ferrari F80 concept. A concept car that sadly never actually made it into our markets today, but hey, we got it in GTA 5 at least. And this car also has a couple other stories to tell. So, let's go for that. So, whenever the X80 Proto was added, it was actually the most expensive car in the game at $2,700,000. This thing is, well, much more expensive than anything else released in the Finance and Felony update, including the Pegasi Reaper, Pipistrel 811, Vapid FMJ, and Ducati 770. And, yeah, this car really has a big price tag, but also it's got a very interesting description whenever you first actually read the thing. So, this car is reported to, quote, be the cause of more UFO sightings across San Andreas than any other production model of the decade. The Proto is the kind of concept car you get when your head of R&D is an 8-year-old with a stack full of comics and a blow full of MDMA. The future is here. And, yeah, needless to say, this car is very much futuristic, with the LED strip lights and just look at it. Look at its silhouette. It looks a lot like a space shuttle than anything else, honestly. And you can really tell how aerodynamic it really is by the fact that the air kind of just goes right through the car. You're basically just this capsule right here that's just flying through. And the space shuttle just increases whenever you get inside of the car. I mean, look at this. It straight up feels like you're driving a space shuttle whenever you get behind the wheel of this thing at all. And I think that's probably why I love this thing so much, just because of the space-age look to this thing. But also, this car has actually one of the most interesting paint job options of all time. You have a primary color that paints pretty much like the back of the car, like pretty much almost like from, like part of like the stripe here, like you see this accent right here, this red stripe. This side here would be the secondary color. Everything else here, primary color. So you can actually make some really decent and interesting paint jobs with this thing. I've done many different themes for this thing before. Right now it's kind of in a Hellfire theme. But before I've had it in like a winter theme and other kind of themes like such. So you can kind of go crazy with the paint on this car, which is another reason to love this thing so much. Now, something else that people really do like to report about the X80 Proto when they first drive it though is its lack of traction. And whenever I hard turn this corner, you can kind of see that it just starts drifting. Yeah, this thing will drift a lot, but if you guys are into drifting, then this car is perfect for you. And that might be the other reason why it's so good for me, because I drift around like pretty much every corner that I come across. But also, this car has all-wheel drive, so you're really good on acceleration with this thing. And also, this is one of the few cars in GTA 5 that actually has 7 gears. Yeah, most hypercars in this game have 6 gears. This one has 7, which even surprised me when I first found that out, because I thought every car in this game had like 6 gears. No, this thing has 7. So, now, of course, something that people are going to ask about every hypercar. How fast is it? We're here at the airport right now to figure this out. So, 3, 2, 1, go. $110. about 120 miles an hour. So, obviously not the fastest car in the game, but definitely still decently fast. Now, if we do it without a rev, like no rev at all, and also from the very end there, still only tops out about 120. And actually went slower that time. I think that might be because we didn't do a rev. Now, final test, I'm going to do a burnout, and then we'll set it up. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Same speed as before. So top speed down the highway, or not highway, top speed down the runway here is about 120 miles an hour. So that's pretty decent, but definitely not the fastest car in the game. But definitely still decent for what you're paying for. So, yeah. Now, as kind of an ending to this whole video here, I'm going to do a little drive around the city for you guys. So, just to show off this car's full potential. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.